Let me make sure I moisturize my hands before I come here looking ashen. Hope I'm loud enough. Why am I moisturizing my feet?
I see you watching me when we're with our friends. It's definitely something in the air. So let's take it from there, 'cause I know you want it. Afraid to let it show.
That is green lemon hibiscus tea. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. If you are, let's say it together. It's been a long time coming. A returning subscriber. You friend and my favorite person, you don't even know it yet. You asked me to come back and I'm back. I took a break just to relax and not worry about YouTube, but I'm happy to be back. So I asked guys to ask me a few questions on Instagram, and you guys really asked. So let's just get right into it. All this. Okay, let me show you. All these, about 119. Most are repetitive, so I'll skip the ones once I've answered the question. All right. What was your 22 highlight? My 22 highlight. What a year. Gosh, that is last year. Last year tried me, but also there were highlights to it. The one that comes to mind is just being able to help my mother in becoming a landlady. It's just been amazing to watch her become a landlady, because when other parents were doing what she's doing now, she was busy taking us through good schools and making sure we get quality education. So shout out to my, actually let me send her something, child. Yeah, shout out to my mom for always making sure that she has our back. So it brings me happiness to help her attain that dream of hers. Yeah, so we're going straight from 0 to 100. Do you have a boyfriend? Depends on who's asking. So since you asked, there's a guy I like. That's all you need to know. Where have you been? I have been around. I just took a break. Nothing serious. I've been working. So yeah, it's not like I was doing something out of the ordinary. How are you? I am fine, thank you. Thank you for asking. I hope you're well. Talk about friends and money. Wow. I'd say most of my friends, actually all my friends, I don't think there's a friend of mine that I have loaned or has borrowed me money. It's because the friends that I have are either childhood friends or friends that I went to school with. So I've known them for a long time and we have been through the same stage in life. So currently they are also stable in their careers. They are probably married. So it is I don't know, they don't need to borrow me money, but if push came to shove, I'm happy to help. And I'm also hoping that my friends would bail me out, right? But I think you should be discerning in how you interact with your friends and money. Know who to loan, know who is a good partner, business partner, know who to invest with. Yeah, so you should know whose reputation is a bit tricky to invest with. Just be discerning in how you interact financially with your friends, and you should be on the right track. I think so. Yeah. Next question: how do you stay so organized with your work? I'm a lawyer, but sure, you make it seem easy. Okay, I'll tell you this. Before 2020, there's no way I'd have worked from home, but after 2020, which is when I started my own firm, it became easier for most lawyers to work from home. And it also helps that my clients are mainly corporate. So I get my instructions on emails, I argue things online through online court. I interact with them via emails. I do practice all areas of law, but mainly you'll find me in an employment and labor relations court. And I have clients who are not corporate. And also shout out to my subbies that have trusted me with instructions. I hope I'm presenting you well and you're happy with my services, child. Yeah, so it helps that I have corporate clients, and it helps that we can now do online court and it helps that I have help all around, an amazing team that mentors and makes it possible for me to work from home. Next question, what advice would you give your 23-year-old self? 23, I was probably joining KSL. Just focus on what is important. And also, because now I'm no longer a 20-year-old, I can tell you your 20s are your selfish years. So focus on what is important. Don't focus on what is not important for you. Make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes when you're in your 20s. So don't feel bad about it. And also tell myself that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. It sometimes molds us to be the best versions of ourselves through the failure or through the mistakes. It's okay. What you're going through is okay. It's part of life. The important thing is not just to get stuck into it. Wake up, dust yourself, be positive, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Don't give yourself unnecessary pressure. Do the best you can. Trust God. Advance your skill, and it's going to turn out great. It's going to turn out great. I think that's what I'd tell my 23-year-old self. Love your sense of fashion. Thank you. Hey, when are we getting a new video from you? It's been long. Well, here we are. YouTube, Emily umeamuaji. We, si ndo mimi. Is Nkatha your sister? Yes, Nkatha is my sister. I'm the firstborn, she's the secondborn, and then there's a thirdborn. And I know you're asking that because we don't resemble each other. That's fine. She looks like my dad's mom. I look like my dad's side of the family. The shape of my face is literally that of my dad. And if you saw my dad's cousins, you'd think that they are now my sisters. But yeah, I get that a lot. I don't mind answering it, but it's just unnecessary. Yeah, but yeah, she's my sister. She's my sister. How old are you? I am a 30-year-old spring chicken turning 31 this year, December. Yeah, I'm turning 31. I don't have a question for you, just admiration. You're such a good vibe. You are beautiful. Thank you so much. When are you coming back on YouTube? Here I am. On a more serious note though, do you ever see yourself as a wife and or a mom in the future? Okay, I'll tell you this. Of the 7 days that there is in a week, 4 of those, I do see myself as a wife. And then the other 3, I'm just like, yo, what is this, honey? Sorry, mom, but 4 is better than 3. So yeah, I do see myself as a wife. If it happens, well and good. I know I'd make a great wife if I do say so myself. Yeah. On the issue of mom, I'm going to give you a pass this time and assume you asked it out of innocence with no malice, but please resist the urge to ask women about giving birth in future, having children. Just know that children are a gift from God, and if God blesses me, I am happy to be a mom of as many as he blesses me with. Okay, but let's start with 1 if it happens. So yeah, I'm answering it now, but in future, to this lady that asked me this question, resist the urge to ask women about childbirth, because it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary, really. When you think about it, it's really unnecessary. You don't know what people are going through or are fighting, so just resist the urge. Okay? Or okay, so this is a continuation from the first question that she asked. Or do you feel that you're fully cut out to be a career woman to the end? Why not be the 3 of them? You can be a mom, a wife, and thriving in your career. I have friends who are career women and at the same time they're moms, and they are also beautiful wives. So I think you could do the 3. You don't have to choose which one to stand out in. I can be a learned friend in the profession and also be a loving wife in my husband's mansion. Yeah, I started joking. How and when did you start your self-care journey, and how do you balance it with a demanding career? I don't think I decided to start a self-care. I think I've always been a self-love advocate, self-care queen from since when I was young. Even when I was playing kalongo as a child, I've just remembered when I used to play, what is kalongo in English? I'm not sure. But even when I was playing kalongo, most of the friends, they wanted to be my husband because of how I used to put my house together, how I used to emulate. I think I learned it from my mom, because my mom is a perfectionist and she's a clean freak. So it does not help that I'm a firstborn, so I had to emulate that and also set a good example for my sisters. But I think you can either be born into it such that you're a self-care person, you love doing things in a certain way and with a certain, who's that shouting now? But now I have lost my chain of thought. But I was saying you can either be born into it that you like doing things in a certain nice elegant way, or you can decide it for yourself. How do I balance that with a demanding career? I don't have, there's nothing to complain about really. I know when to do this and when to do this, and I know when to prioritize. There's no aspect of my life that is going to suffer because I practice self-care. To be honest, I know how to balance the two, because I know when it's time for work, I know when it's time for play, and I know when it's time to do what I'm supposed to do as a woman, really. So I don't think I have a career that would make me want to put self-care or self-love aside. What advice is the next question? What advice would you give someone setting up a company or farm for the first time in Kenya? I hope this is not a newly admitted person wanting to set a farm in Kenya. To set up a farm as the first thing, not in Kenya. Okay, so let me start with the company. Of importance is statutory compliance, so make sure you are compliant with all the statutory requirements. If you're going solo, fine. If you're going with a co-director, just make sure they have good reputation so that they don't mess you up. Okay, make sure you file what you need to file with the necessary government agencies. And for a farm, I also think for a farm it's the same thing. You just need to statutory compliance in registration and all that, and make sure you have a good, stable, consistent stream of income from maybe a client, or make sure that there is a flow of income, because running a farm is not easy. I've run a farm before I started my own farm. I used to run the other farm. It's a lot of work. You need to sit down and make sure you have the necessary funding to do that, and you have there's somewhere you're getting a stable income to finance all that, because now remember, you have people on your payroll. So factor that and factor the bills like office bills, furniture, all that. You need to have you need to take that into consideration before you start a farm. Invest your knowledge in all the aspects of the farm, from how to be a good clerk, how to be a good secretary, how to be a good associate, how to be a good partner. And then with that knowledge, go and now start your own farm. But also you can register one, and then afterwards, after you've gained the necessary skills, you can now start practicing in your own. And good luck. Yeah, what are your hobbies? I love cooking. I also love listening to music, and I also love shopping. Does that come as a surprise? I hope not, child. Where do you buy your brand bags? So you'd have to show me the bag that you like, or that you'd want me to tell you where I got it from, because I have some dupes and then I have some store-bought bags. I have even thrifted bags. So you have to show me the bag that you like, and then I'll tell you where I got it from. So yep, if you were to wear one brand for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? Do you mean in terms of clothing or in terms of perfume? In terms of perfume, because I've seen such a similar question, I'd say Hasivat by Nishani has my heart for sure. I'd wait to go get groceries, for a meeting, for a date night. I'd wait. For clothing, I'm going to shoot straight to Valentino. I think Valentino has some good ready-to-wear pieces that are practical for me. Yeah, so that is what that is the one brand that I'll wear forever and ever. And it's funny because I don't own anything Valentino. Oh, but I do own a belt. Yeah, but Valentino for sure. How old are you? I've said that. Any tips on saving and budget? Save, save, save. The word saving itself means to save you when push comes to shove. So save like your life depends on it. From the income that you get, you know your monthly expenditure, so save some of that and then budget for the rest. Yeah, and be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, it's just hot air. There's nothing I'm telling you, it's not going to work. So you have to be first disciplined. You have to be so disciplined. And I'll give you an example. During COVID, I quit employment, so I knew I was going to start my own farm. But before I did all the necessary things that I needed to do, I stayed for 3 months without an income, and my savings helped a great deal. I even moved into this house using some of my savings, so you can see how that came into play. So save like your life depends on it, because your life actually does depend on it. All right, next question. No question, just finally to make me straight up. All right, are you seeing someone? Yo, guys, life can't be about who I'm seeing and who I'm dating. You need to have a life before someone comes into your life. If I had $1 for it, I have like 20 questions asking me, who am I dating? Am I dating? There's more to life, guys. There's more to life. There's more to life. Would you employ me to be your assistant? I'm highly organized. Thank you, Emily. I would employ you to be my assistant, but I don't have so much workload that I would need to delegate some of that. But also, please know that being organized is not the only thing that I'd consider for an assistant. So you need to be more than highly organized. You're welcome. Advice to your 23-year-old self. I've answered that. I could not wait for this question. Are you dating? Does law pay? How can one go about that, coming from a graduating law student? Yes, law does pay. Law sustains my lifestyle. How can one go about that? Of course, you charge clients, you get clients, you charge them, and you charge them based on your worth, market rate, and work expected. All right, make sure you don't undercut advocates' remuneration order, because if you undercut, you're making it harder for the other advocates out here. All right, so also I'd tell you, make sure that the way you treat a client the first time is going to dictate all other businesses that they're going to give you, and the best recommendation comes from a satisfied client. So be very keen on how you represent clients, how you draft your pleadings, how you represent yourself to clients. The client always comes first, so make sure you give them the best treatment legally, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so be very intentional about that, and that is going to work for you, because even the recommendations are going to come from another satisfied client that will recommend another satisfied client that will recommend a corporate, and that satisfied corporate client will recommend you to other clients and also other corporate clients. So make sure you are very intentional with your clients and the legal services that you give them. All right. Hey, how have you been? We miss you on YouTube. I've been well, thank you. What have you been to lately? I have answered that. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you. Did you overcome your fear of driving? No, but I think I have answered that. What's your height and weight? Plug for official wear. Also, I've seen so many questions asking me about my weight. Guys, what's the obsession about my height and weight? Well, the last time I had my weight measured was when I was in hospital. It was 62 then, but I have sure gained some kgs there. I've gained weight for sure. Excuse me. So I might be 66 now or 67. I'm not too sure, but I know I've gained weight. It's no longer 62. My plug for official wear, check Chika, Kilimani Mall, shop number G08, or chichi_ladies_fashion. Check out suits from the Undisputed Woman. Also check some nice official trousers from Wayua Designs. That's the ones that I can think of at the moment. What's your go-to perfume that you can wear it every other day? I've answered that. Why do you make me happy? Oh, I don't make you happy. I'm happy to make you happy. What are your pet peeves? I can't stand a liar. I also can't stand an inconsistent person. You will have to go. You can't just come here and be inconsistent in my life, causing me unnecessary drama and stress. So you'll have to go. Unfortunately, I also don't like it when people chew loudly. If I can hear it, it's too loud for me. Yeah. Yeah. What has been your greatest achievement so far? I'd say just being able to practice in my own farm. That is an achievement. And just being able to sustain myself without needing the help of a man. Unless I tell you someone else got it for me, it's all me and God. I'm happy that I'm a capable babe, capable of taking care of myself, and also being able to make sure that people that I love are comfortable. That is an achievement for me, for sure. Yeah. Which company do you use to import your luxury items? I do not use a company. I send my friends. Where do you purchase your official bags? You'd have to show me which bag so that I can tell you where I got it from. Looking good. I think she meant from that day that I posted. Excuse me. Thank you. Not a question, but you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you. Where do you buy your bags? I've answered that. I miss you so much on your vlogs. I have a vlog coming the next week, not tomorrow, the next Monday. That will be 8th of Monday, if not 7th. Where did you get the rings that you have? This one that I have, I got it from Carrefour, the jewelry section. I just love your videos. Thank you. I just love you and your content. Thank you. Do you have multiple streams of income? Because where? Why would I tell you that? Well, I do have one. YouTube. Do you work out? Is there something to maintain your weight? Yeah, she's back on the red up. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Thank you for loving me. You friend are my favorite person. You don't even know it yet. Not a question. You have great fashion taste. Thank you. Tell us about your love language and relationship status. Are you single or taken? I love your content so much. My love language is all of them. Do all of them. The ones that are there and the ones that are yet to be established. The least one of them is affirmation, words of affirmation, because you guys, I'm very confident. You don't need to affirm anything for me. I already know what time it is. So I know that sounds cocky, but guys, come on now. It's a love language there. If you need to affirm, great. If you don't affirm, I already know who I am, and that's just about it. Sorry, not sorry. How do you manage your finances? Guys, I have answered that in a previous video. I think it's captioned saving and budget. It is a vlog, but towards the end, you can skip towards the end to understand exactly how I managed my finances. How did you get where you are currently in your career, in life? Guys, I was very intentional. The moment I got a job, I made sure I made myself an asset and I rose through the ranks. I've been employed once. I rose from being a pupil to being a partner, and that is something that I pride myself so much in, because my work ethic stood for itself. Over and above everything, my work ethic stood for itself, and of course God and human favor helped. So yeah, that is how I got into my career in life. So by the time I was quitting employment, I knew how to run a farm. Yeah, so it helped a great deal. Missing on the red up. Here I am, I'm back. Where did you purchase your ponchos? I have 3 ponchos. One is a gift from my mom. The other one, the white and beige one, is from Woolies, Woolworths. And then I have the Fendi one. Hello, would you complete a master's degree in Kenya or move abroad to do a master's and work? Do you know, if I moved abroad, I'd have to do their bar exams for me to practice in that state. Even for masters, I would consider doing a masters in Kenya before I do it in another country or another continent. Are you married? Asking for my bro. Ooh, I'm married to the money. I'm married to the money. No, I'm not married. But let your bro shoot his shots and then we'll see. I'm joking. And are Baackins in your closet legit? Which site do you get them from? The Baackins in my closet are around 4 or 5, and they're pure leather, but they're not legit. If I owned 4 or 5 Baackins, legit ones, that's around 6 million, give or take. And if I had 6 million sitting in my vanity room, I would lock myself there and wail from day to night, because there is other greater investment to do as a Kenyan girl from Africa before you invest in bags. And Baackins are an investment anyway, no matter how you look at it. In 2023, getting a Baackin is an investment for sure, but I think you should consider investing your money in other things before you go for a luxury Baackin bag. And Baackins are not something you go at a store and buy. You build a profile. And have you ever seen me out of this country? No. You build a profile, and after you build a profile, eventually they'll offer you a bag. Not necessarily the one that you like, but it's a process to get your dream Baackin. You have to build a profile, accept what you're given, and then afterwards you get your dream bag. But that does not mean that you can't walk into a store and get a Baackin. I've seen other influencers say they have done it. How they do it, I don't know, but they explain to you how they do that. So yeah. Next question. What would you say you have fumbled so far this year? So guys, I got offered a trip to go to South Africa in March. An all expense paid trip. I am not vaccinated, so I knew I needed to get vaccinated when I'm coming back now from South Africa. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then there's my passport, which I need to replace because it's expiring. I think it's expiring in November of this year. So I needed, and then I have the old version passport, so I needed to get that replaced. And then I said, I'm gonna do it. And then so the day came, and had Emily done anything? Nope. And that's how I fumbled my South Africa trip. But I promise you, I'm not going to, if another opportunity comes, I'm not going to fumble it. Guys, I'm really sorry for the background noise. I thought it would gone by now, but unfortunately I can still hear it, and if I can hear it, you can hear it. Unfortunately, I had promised my subbies, you guys, a video starting from May, and tomorrow is May 1, so I have to be a lady that keeps her word. So I'm hoping that the background noise is not too loud. I'm hoping I'm loud enough for you to ignore the background noise, but I'm really sorry. I should have known better, and I should have done better. My apologies. So let's continue with the questions. How did you manage the bar exams? Guys, when you go to KSL, forget everything else. Focus. Like, you have only that 1 year that you can spare everything else to focus on your exams. I promise you, if you have acid, it's coming back to bite you. Focus on your exams, focus on learning, study with your mates in other classes, study with your friends in other classes, form discussion groups with your friends other than the farms that you are assigned to when you join KSL. I don't know if they're still there, but that's what used to happen in our time. There were assigned farms from people you're in the same class with, and then we used to do assignments with, right? Yeah. So learn what they're being taught also in the classes, because I think the lecturers from different classes may set exams. So I think that helps, and just shut out the noise, shut out everything else, and just focus on that 1 year of passing your exams, and all the best. And if you fail, it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Like I've said, failure is part of the success. It's not the end of the world. You're not the first person to fail an exam. Actually, 90% of students fail KSL on the first attempt. And they're out here. They're the best of the best lawyers that you could go one-on-one in court with, that you meet in board meetings. So don't beat yourself up for failing. It's just, if you fail, you can always pass. And don't compare yourselves with your friends who happen to pass exams and you probably fail. Dust yourself and go for it. You're not the first one to fail, so don't beat yourself up. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, girl. It's gonna be fine. Let no one tell you that you're a failure because you failed a paper. You're better than that, and you know it. And also, don't be the person who degrades your friend because of failing a paper. It's just uncouth and uncivilized. Do better. All right. So, oh my God, are you dating? As an admitted to be advocate, what would you advise as I start out on my career? Also, your goals. Thank you. You've just been admitted. If you find wherever you go, make yourself an asset. Make sure you stand out in the way you draft your pleadings, in the way you argue your cases, in the way you do your research, in the way that you do everything, in the way that you dress, in the way that you speak to people, in the way that you speak to your colleagues in and out of the office. Make sure you're an asset. Once you're an asset in your workplace and in whatever you do, it's going to work out for you. Take it from me. How do you budget for luxury bags and shoes? I don't budget for shoes. I hope that doesn't sound too proud, but I'm not a collector of shoes. It is bags that I love. So bags are it's an expensive habit. I wouldn't even advise you to do it. So, like, for example, I know we in April, today is the last day of April, tomorrow is May. So I know the bag that I'll get myself for my birthday. So I start saving kidogo until December. If I save 10 G's every month, that's 120. Well, I don't think maybe a coach and get some loose change is what you can get with 120 G's. So you see, bags are very expensive. So I save something. I save something small every month if I really want it, but sometimes things just pan out and I happen to get it just before my birthday. So yeah, I do save for my bags. I don't just wake up and buy a bag. Yep. And shoes, now if you compare, I don't have heels that are luxury. My luxury shoes are flats, shoes that I know I will wear for sure. So because shoes, I love shoes, yes, but I don't care to collect shoes. So what is 120 G's to a shoe worth 2,000, if you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't need to budget for shoes, but for bags I do budget for sure. All right, next question. How did you manage the bar exams? Exactly what I've said is what I did. I had a group other than my firm that we used to study with, and we studied all the time. We used to meet every time after our classes, because I had morning classes, and we used to meet every day without fail, sometimes even on Saturdays. I think that helped me a lot. It really did help me a lot. What inspires you to keep going? Bills keep me going, child. Bills. I have plans for my future. I have plans for this life, and the fear of being average and mediocre is what keeps me going. And of course, I love a good life. It doesn't even help that the things that I like are so expensive, so I have to keep going. I have no alternative. So yeah. Your favorite content creators? I love international wise, I love Maria Draganova. I love Jackie. I love, who else do I, they've skipped my mind. Okay, let me come to Kenya. In Kenya, I love Nkatha K, of course, it goes without saying, Miss Mandy, Angel Lately, Geek on Fashion, Rhoda Wayua, It's Waithira. Who else do I watch? Why all of a sudden? Maggie Monde, Yvonne Kendi. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. I may have forgotten some, but at least I remembered those, and maybe and many more that I could have possibly forgotten. There's something to learn from each of them. So You can pick this from that one, pick this from that one, pick this from that one. So yeah, those are some of my faves. Next question: what's the one thing that makes you distinct among your peers? Among my peers, I don't compete with my peers, but I can tell you for sure I have great work ethic. I know it's crazy to say that, but I have great work ethic. I do not play. If you know me, you know when it's time to work. Mchezo naweka kando. Like I don't play about my money, I don't play about my work. Those are two things we're not gonna do that. I don't play because that's my bread and butter. So I'm very intentional about how I do my work. I don't play around, and if you know me, you know if you play with my work, get the other side of me. And I know also I'm in a very noble profession, so that, what is that doing like electricity? Not in my own house. What is that, honey? Anyway, I'm very intentional about how I do my work, how I interact with people. I know that I'm in a noble profession, so I'm also very careful about how I present myself. So yeah, I think that's what I'd say makes me distinct among my peers. But also I don't compare myself with my peers. I'm okay with where I'm at, and I'm okay with where my friends are, or where my friends are, whether they are above me or below me. Just do my best for me, for the advancement of my career. Guys, about driving again, guys, my fear of driving is based on what could go wrong. What if I'm parked next to a trailer and the container falls on me? That does not scare you? When you're in traffic and you're beside a trailer, that does not scare you? You're lying. It scares you. So, yo guys, I'd say this. Most of my fear of driving is based on what could go wrong. Of course, that's a very negative way to look at it, but that is where my fear is. And the fear of maybe being absent-minded when I'm driving and I cause chaos on the road, also that scares me. But in good time, I'm going to do better because my sisters can drive. I'm just the only one that is afraid, and it's not cute. It's not cute. I will beat that fear in good time. But please, the next time I ask questions, don't ask me, did you beat the fear? Wait for me to beat the fear, then, you know, don't pressure me into beating the fear. I will beat the fear. I want to beat the fear, and I will beat the fear, but also allow me to do it in my time. All right, next question. Love your sense of fashion. Thank you. If I had $1 for every time you ask me if I have a boyfriend, I'd be so rich. Do you work out, or is there something you take to maintain the weight? No, I don't take anything. I have a fast metabolism and good genes from my dad's side, because my mother's sides, they're very curvaceous. If you've ever seen my kid sister, she takes after my mom's side, but also she has a banging body, if I do say so myself. Yep, so it's good genes and a fast metabolism. That's what maintains my weight. But I do skip rope, and I do cycle sometimes. Ciao. Yeah, I do cycle. Let's just say I cycle and I skip rope, if that counts as working out. I've already said what scares me of driving. You've mentioned my favorite content creators, and I've remembered two more. That chick Maven and Dima. Is her name Dima? She's from Nigeria. Is her name? Oh my god. I hope her name is Dima. But she's Nigerian. She also does lifestyle vlogs, and I love her vlogs. How is it possible for you to work from home when your career seems like it will need you to be in the office? Well, before 2020, yes, it would need me to be in the office. After 2020, not really. Plus, I've explained, I think I've explained that. I've explained why it's easy for me to work in the office. You have great fashion taste, thank you. What's the one thing you wish you knew earlier? If there's one thing I wish I knew earlier, life will go on. Life will not stop because you're going through a hard time. Life will go on. So pick up yourself and just, you know, life it. No question, missed your content, thank you. What kind of a lawyer are you? I'm not a lawyer. I'm an advocate of the High Court, and I practice all areas of law. The more independent a woman becomes is the lonelier it becomes, and I'm happy to die on the hill of being an independent woman. I don't care who your husband is, I don't care how rich he is, make sure you bring something to the table. Being independent is good, and especially for Black women, it's top tier. Nothing comes close to it because it will save you. Listen to me and listen carefully. It will save you from a lot of bullshit. So I am going to be independent, and if more comes, I'm willing to embrace it. I don't care who thinks I'm going to be lonelier. And lonely is relative, because I do enjoy my own company before I feel the need for companionship. I'm not an island, but I do enjoy my own company. And I'd say this to you: if you're an independent woman, it's okay to be independent. It's okay to be independent, and you shouldn't feel sorry for that. It doesn't matter who comes in and out of your life. Do not shrink yourself to make them feel accommodated. They come here. I'm not actually, let me not give it as advice. Let me tell you on my own perspective. I am not going to shrink down so that I can make someone feel comfortable about themselves. When you come into my life, you come when you're secure, with your esteem in place, so that we are both sane individuals working together. I am not going to shrink myself. I'm not going to lower my self-esteem so that I can make you feel comfortable. When you come here secure, and you come here with your esteem in place. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. What are you currently investing in Nahi economy? You're in my business. Where do you get your perfumes? Plus, I'd love to be your friend. Your friend, I'm my favorite person. You don't even know it yet. I get them from Sierra Perfumes. Do you want kids in future? Well, guys, I hope I have told you guys how uncomfortable that question is to ask a woman. So please resist the urge to ask from it. How much do you make from YouTube? Guys, I have read the terms and conditions of YouTube. I don't think you're allowed to say exactly how much you earn, but I could say YouTube can easily do my grocery shopping, pay for my meals, electricity bill, and a water bill. Yeah. Favorite Kenyan YouTubers, I have mentioned that. I love your couch. Mind sharing where you got it from. This gray one, I got it from Dinku Furniture. They are along Mombasa Road, and they are also active on Facebook. She also asked me to share the price. This one was I think 50,000, yes, but it came without the ottoman. If you get the ottoman, it's going to be plus 50,000. This one was from Okadeco. It was 58,000 with 10% off, because it was new stock. But if you bought it in February, it was 48,000. Yeah, so in case you meant, I think she meant that one. That one was 50,000. House tour, maybe? No, immediately no. I'm not going to do that. Maybe too much that I share my life based on the profession that I am. So imagine now me giving you a house tour. I just feel like, no, I'm not that type of girl. I'm not that type of content creator. What is one thing I know for sure? One thing I know for sure is that time is a healer. Time resolves so many things. Just be patient and see time. Time is a resolver of things. Is Nkathake your sister? Do you plan on having kids? Guys, let's do better. At what age did you finish high school and campus? I finished high school when I was 16 years, because we used to do KCC in November, right? And then finish around end of November. So I was 16. Then the same year, December, I turned 17. The following year, I joined campus. So I joined campus when I was 17. I graduated in 2013. That's when I got my degree. And then 2014, I refused to go to law school, and then went to law school in 2015, 2016. That was my year. Related to the last question, please, can you share your career development with us, career development plan with us? I'm currently living into it. I'm currently into it, and I don't think it's cute to mention what your career development plan is. Just do it and then say you've done it. That's my tick. Where do you see yourself in 5 years to come? Guys, I just live life. You understand? I know what I have planned. Guys, I don't like telling my plans, but we'll see in 5 years. I will tell you where I'm at. I just don't like speaking about things before they materialize. What inspired you to become a YouTuber? I was bored. It was during COVID. I was bored, and my sister being a YouTuber made it easy. Shout out to Nkapa K for showing me the way. Yeah, so I was just bored. And initially I never wanted to do vlogs. I just wanted to do cooking. One day I decided to vlog and it picked up. So now I do lifestyle vlogs, but I also cook a lot on that. If you want to be a parent in future, oh, that's cute. Now that's how you frame. That's how you frame without being intrusive. If you want to be a parent in future, would you instill gentle or authoritative parenting? I'm actually an authoritative parent, and I know that for sure, but I also want to embrace gentleness in how I parent my children. So it will be a balance of both for sure. How do you stay so focused and motivated? Guys, are we living in the same county? In this county, if you're not focused and motivated, who's going to motivate you? Who's going to tell you to be focused? The economy already is bad. You have to find a way to focus and be motivated. When will your younger sister feature in your videos? Not Nkatha. She is a student, so she's currently in school. She'll come. She's supposed to visit next week, so maybe you'll see more of her. Also, I know she's waiting for the githeri in my freezer to finish, and then she'll come. How much do you earn? Are you dating? Can you date a Muslim? I can date whoever I want. In this day and era, in this century, date whoever you want. How much do you earn? Why would I tell you that? That's a bit too much information. You ever plan on bringing your family in the online space? If I love you, I protect you. So I'm usually a bit skeptical of just posting in my family, especially the ones who are not content creators. That's why I don't do much of that. Give us the story of how you got sick and admitted. That's a very sensitive topic, not just for me, but even for part of my family. There are people that are yet to heal from this, so allow me never to speak about that. I don't think I'll ever speak about it. It's just, it happened and I'm glad to be alive. Do you need a PA? Not really. What's your favorite food? Fries and anything meaty is my favorite food. How young are you? I haven't said that. How do you keep up the budget for your maintenance? Cause girl, I work hard. I love the good life and I'm a high maintenance babe, so I have to work hard. What's your toxic trait? My toxic trait is that I can give you silent treatment to death and to a fault, and that's not cute, because as an adult you should communicate how you feel, when you feel it, and what to do about it. So that's my toxic trait. How many times do you shop in a week? How many times in a week do you get your nails done? I get my nails done at Lux Nails Parlor once a month. I shop just like any other ordinary person. No, that's not true. Sometimes you think I'm shopping, and sometimes I'm just fulfilling my obligations on YouTube. So it's not always that I'm shopping, but of course I do grocery shopping. Some of the clothes you see me get are PRs. The other things are like skincare. Whenever it finishes, that's when I shop. And if I'm going through it and I have some money to shop, I might shop, but it's not always that I'm shopping. How many pairs of shoes, bags, perfume do you have? Guys, I never count. Employed or business lady? I'm a business lady that is self-employed. When should a lady start thinking of dating? At 25 years or wait till 29? You should date when you're ready, whether that is at 20 or 29 or at 45 or at 69. Hi Emily, I'm surprised as a 30-year-old girl you can find love and be the audacity. Let me break it down for you. Whether you're 19 or 69, as a woman, you're probably single out of choice, because a man is the easiest thing to get, and that includes yours. The hell? Why would you ask me? So anyway, how do you maintain your weight? I've answered that. What advice would you give a fellow firstborn daughter on self-care and putting herself first? Just know your siblings are watching you and they're doing everything that you're doing. So set the best example for them and for yourself. Envision the best version of yourself and show up daily as her. I think that would help. Hey Amy, do you really desire to do law since you were young? Or which career did you want to pursue? I actually studied law to become a judge. I wanted to be a judge. which sites can I get designer items? I'm forgetting. There are 2 sites. If I there are 2 sites where you can get any designer items, but if you want designer items from the store, you have to buy them from the store. But there are 2 sites. Wow, watch Geek on Fashion. She has a site. She mentions the site where she gets some of her designer items, so check her out. Are you dating? Which primary school did you go to? I was in Kubukubu Memorial Boarding Primary School. I don't know. Did I have to set any boundaries? I've never encountered a place where... Oh, I did. I've just remembered one. I'll just remind you that I am a woman, qualified just as you are. So don't let anyone make you feel less because you have an opinion. You are there because you're qualified. Don't make yourself feel lesser because you're a woman. You are qualified just as much as any other man. Why are you so addictive? Am I? Thank you. How tall are you? I don't know. Maybe 5'4" or 5'3". I'm not too sure. No question. You're beautiful. Thank you. Who's your guy? The audacity of my sister. Spyro is my guy. Unaweza nipatia 5 million nitarudisha after 75 years. Guys, let me out this friend of mine. This friend of mine is called Andrew Kidula Amadi. Wakili mnoma sana. And he jokes a lot. How about you give me 5 million, I'd return in 5 years, Kidula? How about that? Alright, so I think that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry if it was long. I'm sorry for the background noise. And I am back on YouTube. And thank you so much for tuning in. If I was so boring, I hope you had a good sleep in there. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you on the next one.